Ladies and gentlemen, so we've seen all the downgrades. Time to lighten the mood with the FIFA 18 upgrades.
Guys, Golden's new site is aoeah.com, so if you want any cheap and reliable coins for Team of the Season to get those blues, where it's 100% safe and reliable with instant delivery, head on over there and don't forget to use Reeve as a discount.
Essentially, we're saving the best until last. Downgrades can be quite depressing. Nobody really likes to see their favourite players or players they support getting downgraded. I don't really think any of these players can be questioned of getting upgrades. Obviously, some of the ratings might be different to the ones I predicted. Some you might agree with how high they've been increased, some you might not, but please write down in the comments what you think. But 10,000 likes on this video once again would be absolutely awesome. Thanks for the support recently. I know it's quite hard to graft out videos at the moment because literally we're all waiting for FIFA 18 to turn up. But enjoy the upgrades, guys, as best you can.
Okay, so here I am back in the hot seat for yet again another opinionated video, which was definitely going to result in the crucifixion of me in the comments. But just another reminder that these are just opinions, guys, so if you think their ratings are going to be a little bit different, let me know in the comments as opposed to just saying that I'm stupid and go kill yourself. But once again, guys, the stats of each attribute have been changed by the overall card rating difference. The first person in this top 10 upgrades list is going to be Alejandro Gomez. He got a team this season, he got a load of informs last year, and the reasons for this are pretty simple. He had a very good season in real life. He made 38 appearances for Atlanta last season and got 16 goals. Now, if you work that out, that's like a 0.45 goals per game ratio. Every season before that, he was averaging 0.2 goals per game. So the sheer difference in how well he's performed last season compared to previous seasons is massive. So obviously, as you can see on the screen, he's gone from an 80 to an 84. I think that's a fairly realistic upgrade for somebody that's had such a brilliant season and very, very solid performances for Atlanta throughout the whole year. Nothing too major, of course, although a +4 upgrade is still pretty impressive. I reckon we're going to see an 83 or an 84 rated card. I'm pushing towards the 84 rate just on the basis of how good his season was. In at number 9, we have Yuri Tielemans, a career mode legend for the past few seasons. He's now obviously at Monaco, and he also has a +4 ratings upgrade. He was at Anderlecht before. You've got to remember, guys, this kid is still 20 years old. He got 16 goals from 49 appearances last season, and he's a centre midfielder. This guy's going to be a very special footballer soon, and he's finally getting a bigger stage to play at Monaco. And obviously on FIFA, when you go from a lesser known club to a more noticeable club like Monaco, you get a little bit of an upgrade, and fully deserved. Very, very impressive season for such a young lad. So he's still not got a major card, but in a few seasons time we could see a Tielemans card that's like an 87 or 88, depending on how well he plays. And now we have one of my favourite upgrades in this whole list. It's Mr. Ousmane Dembele himself. Going from a 77, obviously that's what his card was at the start of FIFA 17. We're not talking about his winter upgrade. 77 at the start of FIFA 17 to now an 82. A +5 upgrade for Ousmane Dembele. 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, +5 upgrade. The guy's an absolute god. Any Royce to Glory fans out there, you will know just how brilliant Ousmane Dembele is. And his card next year is going to be absolutely ridiculous as well. As the whole of the footballing world knows, there have been a few small talks or mentions of him going to Barcelona in replace for Neymar. Personally, I think Coutinho is going to be the one to go to Barcelona. But Ousmane Dembele is an option that Barcelona have been looking at. And you can see why. 52 appearances last season, he got 11 goals and was pretty influential as well in Dortmund's season last year, considering he's only 20 years old. Conversely to the downgrades, where people get downgrades usually because they get older, upgrades tend to be made in the younger player areas, and obviously being 20 years old, Tielemans and Ousmane Dembele are likely to get upgrades. I actually just completely love this guy. Watching Dembele play is an absolute joy, and on FIFA he's incredible as well. So next year's card is going to be flipping awesome. And now for probably the most anticipated upgrade of next year's installment. This card is going to be unplayable. If you don't have this guy in your Premier League team, what are you doing with your life? It is, of course, N'Golo Kante, Player of the Year N'Golo Kante last season. Once again, you can see his rating at the start of FIFA. Obviously, he has an 83 in the game, but the 81 was given to him at the start of FIFA 17. At the start of FIFA 18, I reckon he's going to have an 87, which is going to be madness. Those stats look absolutely filthy, and we already know. We've had a season / a year of FIFA knowing how good N'Golo Kante is in game. Giving him an upgrade is putting him on steroids. I don't really need to talk about the stats of N'Golo Kante last year. He was Player of the Year in the Premier League, an absolute force and possibly the main reason as to why Chelsea won the league last year. It's no coincidence that N'Golo Kante won back-to-back Premier Leagues with Leicester City and then Chelsea. The guy is absolutely unreal, probably the biggest engine in world football. I would love to play in a midfield. Well, I don't play in midfield, but if I was a midfielder, I would love to play alongside N'Golo Kante, who I don't think a +6 upgrade isn't impossible for N'Golo Kante. He might even get more if EA are feeling generous, because what you have to imagine is he has an 83 card already, albeit on these I'm giving them the start ratings of the beginning of FIFA 17. He does have an 83, so an 83 to an 87 is only a +4. If they were to give him a +6 on that, he would be an 89, which I still think would be fair enough. The guy is the best player in the Premier League at this moment in time. Another Premier League upgrade is we have Heung-min Son. Son has had a brilliant season as well. The amount of cards that this guy has been ridiculous. It's a massive shame that he didn't get a team of the season. I personally thought he was going to get one, but he had 2 Player of the Month versions as well, so you can't have it all. Literally the second best left winger behind Ronaldo last year in his purple card, and this 84 rated version is probably going to be incredible as well. He will be gold dust at the start of FIFA 18. Look at those stats, boys. They're probably not reflective of what he is going to get, but those stats just at first glance look absolutely ridiculous. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. It's just a goal scoring machine. I watched him live during one of the Emirates FA Cup games last year and he was fantastic. It's the one where he played against Millwall and got a hat-trick. You get a hat-trick, you look pretty good on the day. And a +6 isn't once again impossible for Heung-min Son, and fingers crossed this card is going to be mental next year. Another +6 upgrade this time round, and fully deserved. Mr. Chris Wood himself, Leeds United's big man up front. He got the golden boot for the championship last year. He was just basically the guy to go to if you wanted to score goals. He was on fire last year and fully deserved going from a silver to a gold. It's just a bit of a shame that he still will be in the championship and he's from New Zealand, so it'll be quite hard to get him into teams, but if you are a Leeds United fan, this is a card that you want to use. So, a stat which I thought was actually flipping ridiculous. From 52 appearances throughout 2016 to 2017, Chris Wood scored 31 goals. That is mad. So fingers crossed Leeds fans are going to be happy about that upgrade, and fair play to him, it's fully deserved. Now we enter the rankings of some seriously high ratings upgrades. The first of which is a +9, and it's for Mr. Naby Keita. Whether or not he's going to go Liverpool is a different story, but what a season this guy had at Leipzig. I think he must have had about 10 or 11 special cards. Phenomenal season at Leipzig, and obviously that's why he's getting an 80 million price tag, which in this current climate of world football isn't like, it's kind of standard now really, isn't it? But if he doesn't move, and the likelihood is that he won't, he's going to be a ridiculously good card in Bundesliga teams next year. Yes, it's a +9 rating upgrade, but if you consider the actual rating that he has, an 84, if you think of Naby Keita, you think, alright, maybe an 84 is actually quite realistic. Let's not forget this, he was a 75 beforehand. 84 isn't a stupid rating to give him, so a +9, although it may seem steep, is fair. And as a midfielder last season, he got 8 goals from 31 appearances. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in double figure upgrades for FIFA 18. The first of which, he's magic. You know, better than Cannavaro, Rob flipping Holding. The guy has had a phenomenal end season. Hopefully he picks up where he left off. He's a class defender. Even Bolton fans will agree that Rob Holding is absolutely phenomenal. In my opinion, he should be higher than a 77 based on how well he plays, but obviously EA aren't going to give him more than that. You have to remember it is already a 10 upgrade. I am obviously biased, I'm not going to deny that. Although it makes sense in real life to give him a higher rating, in FIFA they just won't. So a 77 I think is a fair rating overall. The card looks pretty good. I think he'll be used in a lot of starter teams. Well, it definitely looks better than the 67 that he had. And it's pretty much confirmed that he will officially be a regular starter in the back 3 that Arsenal play next season. But fingers crossed the card plays as good as it looks. The stats that he's given aren't reflective of what he'll end up getting in FIFA 18, but if he does get a 10 upgrade, not every single stat goes up by 10. Obviously his defending and physical will go up more because he's a defender. Now we're on to a player with a £160 million price tag, Kylian Mbappe. Young player of the year in Liga and last season. This guy is absolutely on fire. He's gone from a left wing this time to a striker. We all know Mbappe is now a striker at Monaco. And it'll be interesting before the transfer window ends to see if he does get picked up by a giant club in world football. Personally, I think if he moves, it'd be a very bad decision for him. He needs to get regular football under his belt, and being on the bench at like Manchester City or Real Madrid or PSG or basically whichever club that wants to buy him, it won't improve him as a player. And he's actually gone up by 11 ratings for me anyway. I think an 82 is a fair representation of what Mbappe's card is going to be next year. If you consider he was a 71 and now he has an 89 card in the game available in FIFA 17, it'd be a really fun French striker to use, and I think a lot of people at the start of the game will end up getting their hands on Mbappe. Last season, he played 44 times and scored 24 goals. At 18 years old. And last but not least, to finish off the list of FIFA 18 upgrades, another young talent, rising star in the Premier League. Andros is going to be very happy with this one. It's Mr. Tom Davies, going from a 64 rated bronze to a 76 rated gold. If you think about it, it's not an unlikely change. He might well end up getting a silver card, but I think a lower rated gold card is more than likely. Not going to lie, he seems to be doing really well at Everton at the moment, and I'm really happy for Andros as well. Especially as he's English, and I support any young English talent that is coming up through the scene. Another really young lad. He's only 19 in the Premier League, which is impressive considering he's holding his own in Everton's midfield. Last year, he made 25 appearances, only got 2 goals, but from a deep line midfielder, or well, centre mid that he played, to even make 25 appearances in the Premier League at 19 years old is impressive. Like, I'm not going to lie, the kid's doing very well for himself. So although I've given him a 12 upgrade here to a gold, he might get a 74 like top tier end silver. It just depends on how generous EA are feeling. But that concludes the FIFA 18's upgrade list. As you can see, and as I said, conversely to the downgrades where everyone was pretty much old and losing their legs, these are all young rising stars that are going to get upgrades for FIFA 18, or personally I feel anyway. Let me know if you think the list is wrong. Let me know if you think some of the players have been given too higher ratings upgrades or have been upgraded too little. Once again, this is an opinionated video. None of these have been confirmed, so as it stands, they are predictions. But thanks for watching the video as usual, guys. Let me know in the comments if you would have added other players to this list. Thanks for watching as usual, guys, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Adios.